Where's Caesar? The moonlight she'd been relying on earlier was now obstructed by the treetops. The leaves of the trees were in constant motion. Was it the work of beasts or just the wind playing tricks on her? This is so dangerous, my dog. This is so stupid. Sophia made her way further into the forest as her eyes acclimated to the darkness. Turned out that even through the canopy, the faint moonlight was still enough to light the way. I can see lamplight, and I hear voices. She didn't know who the voices belonged to. It sounded like several men. Hey, you! This is the Metal Gear Solid noise. Bloomp! She turned around, startled by the voice behind her. Hi, I'm Tall Man. I'm the brother of Man Boy. You're the woman our leader's been looking for, ain't ya? Leader? You mean Caesar? No, me and Caesar go way back. Like, we cool. We cool. I came to surrender myself to Mr. Caesar. That's what I'm doing. I want to save Mr. Axel and oh. Really? A vulgar smile appeared on the man's face as he grabbed Sophia's arm. Ow. He dragged her towards the lamplight. Ow, 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 ow. She was terrified and wanted to run, but the grip on her arm was so strong that she couldn't get away. What were you expecting, my dude? Hey, y'all. Prey came to get caught. Like, she's just here. About 10 men were sitting around the roaring fire. Instantly, they stopped their drinking and merrymaking to stare at Sophia. Well, that's interesting. We better tell Mr. Caesar right away. He said to be out until morning. Oh, yeah. I thought there was something like that. That was kind of weird. And how about we get a taste of her beforehand, and then we'll hand her over to Mr. Caesar. Metal Gear Solid noise? Cut it out. What if she's a pure maiden? The boss, like, kind of rip you up, dude. Let's tie her up with that other one. Is Mr. Axel the other one? Can I be tied up with Mr. Axel, please? No need to hurry. You'll see him soon. She was tugged along by the arm as they cut right in front of the bonfire. A skinned rabbit on a spit was cooking over it. The charred mass beside it had probably been a rabbit too. Once upon a time. Guys, you burned a rabbit! How do you burn a rabbit? Like, it's not like this is hard to cook. There's 10 of you watching this fire. You can't just burn meat on a spit like that. Come on, guys. This obviously means they're bad at what they do. And they're bad at cooking for themselves. But notice the food. Food is always the most important indicator of culture in any society, and especially in any fictional group. Skinned rabbit versus what were we going to be eating earlier? Carbonara, pasta, and foods that need more preparation than and have more texture to it and have more layers to it than a cooked rabbit. Like it tells you just everything that you need to know about each of these groups based on what they eat, and so it's cool. The smell of blood and burning flesh made Sophia turn away. You can actually even see it in the Grimms, right? Because they bake sweets, which is not complicated, but not complicated like number of ingredients or texture-wise or, no, what's the right word? Layers. It doesn't have any layers. That's like trying to hide something under. It is a very technical work, and it is what it is. Cookies, pastries, croissants, like whatever. Meanwhile, the pastas, that is a layered food. It is a comfort food. It is carbohydrate. These are all things that mean something to the culture that they come from. They're very important indicators and signifiers of that culture. So I want to see if we keep finding more food, right? Let's look for more food. Smell of blood and burning flesh made Sophia turn away. That's not food. That's kind of just gross. Just a taste couldn't hurt, right? Like come on, just give me a little taste. Like, what are you waiting for, little lady? Come on. A drunk man reached out and grabbed her calf as she tried to walk by. The sensation of his rough skin against hers sent a chill down her spine. Please stop. No. Let her go, unless you want the leader to kill you. Be a good boy, like Man Boy, and make do with the whores in the slums. Damn, dude. Give me a break, come on. What if I catch something? What if I catch something from the holes in the slums? Think dying from a disease would be preferable to getting tortured to death by the leader. just a little guy. I don't really know. I don't know the difference between those things. I'm getting dying of a disease, dying of being killed slowly and tortured by our leader. I don't know. I'm just a young man. Fine. She felt slightly relieved when he finally let go of her leg. Sorry, I kind of like being fine, little dorky, gross dude. He's a fun voice. Of course, she couldn't be completely relaxed in her current situation. All she could do was keep walking forward as the hand on her arm dragged her along. That rabbit meat that we are infatuated with because we have not eaten. Cooked on the fire, it's crackled and popped ominously. Let's chill with Axel. Meanwhile, across town, just as Kyrie was about to step into a kitchen, a soldato stopped him. He told Kyrie that several reports had arrived before handing him a stack of memos. That sure didn't take long. Kyrie took the papers with one hand and dismissed his subordinate with the other. He leaned against the wall and glanced over the pages. He's like, let's lean, I gotta look cool while I examine the documents from the day. This is a good set. I can feel it in my bones. My, how selfish. He put the pages in his pocket and then pulled a wine glass from the cabinet and poured himself some water. Some water, some wine. No, what's the difference? Obviously, it's not time to party or celebrate. He's ready to get to work if he's getting a cup of water. He wrapped the glass in a silk handkerchief to avoid getting his gloves wet. Just that little detail in there. A little extra like, don't get your gloves wet, my friend. Let's get a handkerchief for that. Someone knows their way around wearing gloves. And that's the writer, I would be guessing here. Garamia, about the situation. Nothing answered him but the sound of slow, steady breathing. When he walked over to the sofa, he found Karamia sleeping. Karamia, about the situation! How dare he? Kyrie sat down in one of the sofa's arms rest, taking a sip of water from his glass. Very loud sip. Then he slowly tilted the glass over, just above sleeping Karamia's head. Whoa! Good morning. If you keep falling asleep right after you eat, you'll soon become a rather rotund lion. Why you? Couldn't you have woken me up a little more gently? The only reason I didn't use tomato juice or milk is because I wanted you to think I was being conscientious. Kyrie tossed the handkerchief he'd wrapped around the glass at Karamia. The Don used it to wipe his face off before glaring back at him. Things appear to be moving as we'd anticipated. I see. How's it look? Can't say for sure yet. I'm sure I'll be able to figure something out with my capabilities. I don't know what I'd do without you, Kyrie. I don't either. Of course, I don't intend to kill myself over such matters. Capabilities. That has the word abilities in it. And capa. I'm excited to see what abilities means in that situation. Alright, back to Tall Man. Be a good girl. Making a fuss ain't gonna do you any good. Ow. I'm feeling really fussy now. Hey, dude. Hey, Axel. Hey, what's up, my friend? How you doing? I missed you, and I wanted to come see you. It seemed like a good idea in my head. Why are you here? No one else was gonna save you. So, I'm going to save you. Well, I was going to save you. But, they caught me. I didn't really try. What do you think I was buying time for? So you could get back to the mansion safely. I know that, but I'm bored. I'm bored in the mansion. Both Mr. Karamia and Mr. Kyrie said they weren't going to help you. They weren't in the wrong. That was a natural decision. Please don't say that. Aren't you all close friends? You're worth more than that, Axel. It's my fault this happened to you. I just couldn't stand by and do nothing. So I came to talk to Mr. Caesar. I was going to ask him to take me and let you go. But then he just took me and now doesn't have to let you go. I don't really know how bargaining works. I'm kind of new to this whole thing. Like, do you really think you just negotiate with these people? You're an idiot. Can you not imagine what hell they might put you through? I know everything's gonna be okay. I was alone in the beginning anyway. Familia Oz has done so much for me. I just wanted to bring you home, Mr. Axel. Guest. I do not approve. Huh? I protect the Familia with all my body and soul. Those are the rules. Not only are you a guest, but the Dawn instructed me to treat you as a member of the Familia. You are not alone. I can't say your actions were even remotely worthwhile, but I appreciate the sentiment. Oh, Mr. Axel. Well, now that we have this time together, how about we hang out? Let's, maybe we can, talk about our feelings. Huh. Sounds like something's happening. Ooh. Meanwhile, on this part of the scene, Karamia, my boy, has come to rescue me. Greetings, that campfire sure looks nice. Would be a shame if anything were to, and he starts just kicking it. Shit, in the Oz. Oh no, it's a day of rest, so you better put those weapons down. I hear one of my subordinates and my dear guest are joining you by the fire. For both our sakes, why don't you just hand them over without making a fuss? Ain't up for discussion. Like the wolf gang is soft enough to give up its prey. I see. Well, I guess you leave me no choice. It's too little too late to change your minds now. Brace yourselves, little puppies. Oh, snap. Oh, snap! The boys are back in town! Yeah! Millie Grimm here. Millie Anderson's here. Amelia Boots here! Amelia Adelheid present as well. Familiar Oz, assume your positions. Surely even denizens of the slums are aware of the Sunday Compromise. And it's not just some flimsy verbal promise, it's something that, when violated, brings some severe consequences. The compromise doesn't exclusively apply to mafiosi. All violence in town is prohibited. I will not abide by violations of the law. I sure don't care as long as I get to use my new gunpowder formula. Andy, we're in the middle of a forest. Please be careful. Why have you called me out here in the middle of the night? Peter, hurry up and get this mess cleaned up. Hey Peter, what's up? It's precisely midnight. The day of rest seems to have come to an end. All right, in the name of the compromise, eliminate these lawbreakers. Ooh, we getting violent today. Bang, bang, bang. Just bang them up. Ribbit, ribbit. Yes. Please untie them. Ribbit. We got a little froggy friend. Someone's getting froggy. Weren't you Millie Anderson's consigliere, Melissas? This is our intelligence operative, Romeo. Hey, Romeo! My dude. Ribbit, ribbit. If you're here, does that mean those gunshots were part of the cleanup? Indeed, you, sir, were not the only offender. Offender? What do you mean? Either way, things seem to have quieted down. Yeah, let's get out of here. Y'all, let's get the frick out of here. This place sucked. Axel picked up his jacket up off the ground and put it over Sophia. Wow, that answered a lot of my questions about the world. Like, that was solid. What happens if you break the compromise, the Sunday compromise? That happens. Everyone comes crashing down on you and gets to have fun and enjoy it. Like, that's kind of screwed up, but hey, it keeps the balance, I guess. So, whatever.